Very good morning. Welcome to Bev Turner today. Thank you for joining me. It's 11:39. Now, I know we're all feeling a little bit... what's the word? In fact, let me come to my panellists and ask them what the word is for this time of the year. Ali Ahmed, a personal trainer, and also Sujata Din, nutritionist. How are we feeling this time of the year, guys? Sluggish? Lethargic? Sujata, how are you feeling?
I'm actually feeling quite
Oh, I knew you were going to
energized.
say that. Are you going to say that? How are you feeling, Ali?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Oh,
Very well,
great.
thank you.
Right, OK, well...
How are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling a bit tired. I've drunk too much. I've eaten too much. I've eaten all the things I wouldn't normally eat, right? That's the thing, isn't it, this time of the year, Sujata?
Yeah, it's
too
all
much
there
chocolate, too much cream, mince pies, loads and loads of
And you have
protein.
some there, I can see.
Yeah, no, that's just props. They've probably been there for about 2 weeks, to be completely honest. But what do we do now, right? We've got the best of intentions, Sujata. At this time of the year, we're all feeling a bit fat. What do we do now?
I think it's actually about planning ahead rather than just diving into January saying, I'm going to stop doing everything. I think if you just plan ahead and say, you know, I actually want to make changes and focus on just doing maybe, I always say do 3 things or maybe 5 things. And even if 3 is too much, maybe just focus on a few things that you can do every day and make it fun and make it something that actually fits into your daily life rather than doing something that is so far from how you normally live. Because if you can do it every day, and you can do it living in your own family rather than having to, you know, go away for a retreat. You'll actually be finding that this then allows you to get more energy, to lose the belly bloat, and, you know, to maybe even drop a dress size.
It's similar, Ali, isn't it, with exercising, that often people think, right, that's it, I'm going to run a marathon, I'm going to do a triathlon, and that's going to get me fit. But sometimes we set the goals too high, and then you fall off that particular track, don't you?
No, absolutely. So it's all about balance, and like Sujata said, I totally agree with her. If we were to set some goals, some micro goals to get to your macro goal, I think that's the way forward.
What do you think of smartwatches?
Smartwatches...
A lot of people will have got them in their stockings this year. My daughter got one this year from a family member. She's only 13. I'm not a massive fan.
To be honest, what I say to my clients is what you've just said to me, actually. They're good in certain ways, in terms of, obviously, the calories, the walking, the steps. But you don't want to be too obsessed by the watch itself.
Yeah.
It's about
Sometimes
balance.
when your hand's moving, it's actually counting some steps in some cases.
Absolutely.
So it's not as accurate because you might just be, you know, doing things.
I said to her, I was like, that's all very well. Look at your watch to see how many steps you've done. That's great. But don't lose connection with your own body. Listen to your own body. Don't just always think you've got to go to a piece of tech, right?
Yeah.
You brought some food with you, Sujata.
Yeah.
What are these? Is this an alternative to our fattening chocolate treats?
So this is just a very simple homemade snack. You know, if you like Snickers chocolates, this is an alternative to that. It's just made with everyday ingredients like oats, peanut butter, cacao powder or chocolate powder, some honey. So these are things that, you know, we can do at home ourselves. Just make something simple.
They look like the kind of things you put out for the squirrels. Were you thinking the same thing?
I've heard that a lot.
You were thinking that,
A lot of clients have said that over the years.
But how do you sell them to the kids? Because they're going to go, I'm not going to eat that, Mummy. I want a Snickers.
I think once they try them, and you don't need to necessarily say, oh, this is really healthy, because the minute you say this is, you know, a health food, people go, I don't want to eat it, it's not going to taste nice. But just let somebody try it, and if they like the taste of it, then that's fine. But you don't need to go and have something like this. You know, you could just take a regular brownie recipe, which is what most kids like. So if the recipe says 100 grams of sugar, could you reduce it down to 90 grams and then maybe 80 grams? And you know, just tweak and make swaps within your own recipes.
Yeah.
So,
Ali, you said about these micro goals rather than these massive ambitions. So give us an idea of what kind of things can we factor into our day?
Well, it's just the basics. It depends on the person and the individual to start with. Their background, their age, have they got any underlying illnesses that we need to be aware of, and then slowly, gradually build them up through bodyweight exercises, whether it be a basic plank or a squat. And then as they go through that period, then look to make it a little bit more difficult, a bit more challenging for them.
You know what I do? I do my squats while I'm cleaning my teeth. Every day, so twice a day, I'll clean my teeth. I do my squats while I'm doing that. That's the kind of thing you're talking about, isn't it? Just these little movements, factor them in. Especially,
obviously, through COVID times, we have to modify and challenge ourselves in different ways because we didn't have the gym facility. So how do we do that? We do that by, like you said, at the sink, doing some squats, a couple of cans, do some reverse flies.
Dips at the
tricep
kitchen
dips on
table.
a table or chair. Just basic things like that to start with. And then once you know, I was saying back stage with Sujata, it's important to also know the psychological side of the person that you're dealing with, as well as the physical.
Yeah, absolutely. Sujata, one tip then for food, just one. We've got 10 seconds.
One tip for food would be, can you include more vegetables? I think that's one food group I see so many people not having enough of. And make the vegetables taste good, whichever kind of vegetables you like, just any vegetables.
Thanks, guys. And it's the first time someone said backstage as though this is a glamorous environment in Valley.
The green room.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.